The most beautiful coin in U.S. mint history? Well, there's going to be an argument on gold versus silver, i.e. the St. Gaudens or the Silver Eagle. Well, the Silver Eagle actually was the Walking Liberty half dollar going back to the early part of last century. Tonight, uncirculated coins, specific dates, it's going to be some fun. Now, the coin is the Walking Liberty half dollar. It was introduced in 1916, part of the Silver Renaissance that year, where we redesigned the dime, the quarter, and the half dollar. Up until this point in history, every single coin in U.S. history, all silvers looked alike, right? The Barber series, the Seated series, the Bust series. This was the break. Mercury dime, Standing Liberty quarter, Walking Liberty half dollar. Lady Liberty walking from east to west, the sun setting in the west, and on all of our half dollars, that big giant eagle, which dates back to the first ones made in the early 1800s. So in 1986, we developed this idea of having a silver bullion coin to rival the world's bullion coins that are out there at the time, the Panda and others, right? They choose the design of the Walking Liberty half dollar on the obverse. And the rest kind of goes down in history. So when people see this design with 40 years of proof Silver Eagle production, they go right there. But its origin story is the actual 90% silver half dollar that's circulated here in this country. Now, there's a secret. That's really not a secret because all the numbers are out there to look, but you got to grab them from 2 or 3 places, and it tells a pretty unique and pretty interesting story. And that is, during the war years, World War II, and all these coins here, 43, 44, and 45, are war year issues. They had decent sized mintages, right, for a half dollar in circulation. But with NGC, PCGS, and the other grading services that are in the industry that document everything they see, there's a unique storyline. And that is, even though there are very high production numbers, there are very few surviving known in gorgeous uncirculated condition, like the coins you're seeing on your screen here tonight. Now, it is a your choice opportunity, which means you don't have to buy all 3 to get that crazy $39.95 price point. If you want to just grab on the one, you'll pick your year and thank you. If you want to buy one of each, multiples of one versus the other, always your call. But tonight, the crazy price of $39.95. My competition, the lowest we found was $76.50, upwards of $87. So we're talking about basically double the price for the same exact coin. So why not get your bang for your buck? That's always here at America's Value Channel. So let's look at these numbers as I referenced, because I'm a numbers geek when it comes to coins, because no 2 coins are alike. The 43 and the 44 here are not the same. The 44 and the 45 here are not the same. They have a story. As Paul Harvey used to say years ago, we always talk about the rest of the story. Mintages, red books, etc. publish how many they made. But now with 40 years of NGC, PCGS, etc., tracking all coins, we can make comparisons from one coin to another coin on what is and what isn't out there. And then if you've been out there in the industry like I have been for the last 40 years, going to shows multiple times a month, you get to see why you can't find certain things. Many of you might have experienced that same thing. I mean, it says there was 53 million made. Why can't I find a nice looking unk? Here's the story. So 1943, 53.1 million coins made. 54, 28.2 million. And then in 45, 31.5 million. So average years, not scarce, not crazy, average. But here is the known number. And I'm just using NGC as an example. You can also look at PCGS and the others. You can add them all together, and the story is going to be the same. It's outright wow. 23,000 on the 43, 13,700 on the 44, 18,300 on the 45. If the U.S. Mint made a Walking Liberty half dollar today with a mintage under 25,000, what would happen? I mean, they did it, right? They did it in 2016. They made a half-ounce gold coin, and there's close to 75,000 of those. That's how popular it was. But here is the comparison, because numbers are valuable to see the difference. How many are made, how many are known, but then when you compare them to other series, it opens up the light bulb. The rival coin for the most dominant silver coin in U.S. history is what? Our Morgan Dollar series, made from 1878 all the way through 1904, 27 consecutive years, and then you get that last year in 1921. The big silver from the Wild West Comstock load. Three very popular coins, the 81S, the 84O, and the 87P, one from each mint. 12.7 million made, 306,000 known, certified. 9.7 million made, 277,000 certified. The 87P, 20.2 million made, 242,000 known. So we're talking about a 1/100th of 1% known. The Morgans, which are great coins and small numbers, are 2 to 3% known. Still crazy. Still outright crazy. Guys, give me a 30-second clock. The 45 is very close to sellout. If you're hearing the fast, busy. avccoins.com, our dedicated site for our coin shows here on the network. Push it through. But if the 45 is in your dreams and you're online, push it through. Right now we're that close to a sellout, and it's going to get stuck. We don't want that. Not at all. Competition again, $76 to $87 for the same exact beautiful, uncirculated, original, vintage Walking Liberty half dollars. And tonight we're at $39.95. Your choice. That's a deal.